like to resume tonight's Board of Ed meeting. Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servnek. Here. Ms. Weinstein.
I'm here.
Mr. Potts.
Here.
Mr. Keller. Here. Ms. Atkinson.
Here.
Mr. Murphy. Here. Ms. Winkler. Ms.
Here. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for coming out tonight. I hope everybody's enjoying this lovely weather. I got to attend the National Honor Society induction ceremony at Manchester High School. It was nice to see so many of our hardworking students being honored and recognized for their achievements. I also got to attend the Regional Day School Prom at the Clarion. It worked out with my school schedule because I usually can't attend events there. The kids looked adorable. They were having a good time. The dance floor was very busy, and the food was great. I also got to attend the Senior Awards ceremony at Manchester Township High School. So many students were honored for their hard work. I also got to be part of the 8th grade commencement ceremony. Special class for some of us board members because not only me, but Michael and George also had graduates. George got the honor of the speech because my daughter would not allow me to. So congratulations to the Manchester Mustangs as you move on to high school, no matter which path you're choosing, Alps, PAA, etc. I just wish you the best. The month of June recognizes Juneteenth, Pride, and Men's Health Month, also PTSD Awareness Month. So I leave you with some words from Glennon Doyle. Self-love means that I have a relationship with myself built on trust and loyalty. I trust myself to have my own back, so my allegiance is to the voice within. Thank you for coming out. I hope you enjoyed tonight's meeting and the rest of your summer. And Ms. Pedroza, your turn.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for being here this evening. I always like to begin our meeting by recognizing those that are going to be retiring and moving on to the next chapter of their life. So, as important as everyone on our staff is, I would like to thank Carmine Minio. He is a very beloved bus driver who will be leaving our district with serving 12 and a half years, and I often joke that's one job I know I probably couldn't do. It is a tremendous job. They are the face of our district in the morning. They're greeting our students, and he has done a really nice job for us, so all the best to Carmine. I also want to extend congratulations to the class of 2025. I will say that that is probably the most spectacular weather we have ever had for graduation. We didn't have to do it inside, there was no rain in sight, and in comparison to the previous year, which was about 95 degrees, it was much more comfortable. With that being said, I also want to say what a wonderful class that graduated. Both our 8th grade class and our seniors that will be going off to different paths of their life, they are so well accomplished. Not just because of the achievements academically, but for their kindness, their spirit, and the determination that they showed. So we wish them all the best, and we remind our seniors, once a hawk, always a hawk. We know they're going to soar high. If you were at our awards night, as Mrs. Mount shared with you, quite a lot of scholarships and a lot to be proud of within our school community. So thank you so much. I also would like to talk very briefly about Mrs. Driver. That was her last graduation. I think it was just an outstanding celebration of the leader that she is, and it was nice to have it in outdoors. I think next year I'll take a page from Mrs. Driver and wear a beautiful hat. She certainly looks the part, and it was a very heartfelt speech. I'd like to thank Mrs. Atkinson and Mr. Servnek for being there and representing the board. Your speeches were outstanding. I always love a good quote. And thank you to Mr. Adams for having a stool there so that I could be seen over the mic. I don't know that you all realize, but I'm 5 1/4 inches. That quarter is important, and if they didn't have the step stool, I would look like a minion. So thank you so much. This is such an exciting time of year. Seeing all the accomplishments of kids, going to all the award ceremonies, but we know that they will take with us a sense of community and pride in what we do here in Manchester. So congratulations to all of those students and their wonderful families. I am so glad that at June meeting, we still have some students here. So we're going to do student recognition, and if we could bring that presentation up, Mr. Rauscher. I'm going to come up to the podium and celebrate all the wonderful things that are going on in our school. Probably need a step stool here too. I'm just joking. So we're going to start with MTS, and I believe I saw, is the third grader here, Ms. Gillen? No, but I'm still going to speak to Kelly Kramer is the 2025 winner of the Applebee's Above and Beyond contest. And what I think is so exceptional about this is she wrote about her class and her teacher, and I believe it's my understanding that the entire class was able to get a free meal from Applebee's. They went with their teacher, I know you like a good meal, Mr. George. And so they were treated to an Applebee's lunch, so congratulations to her. And we'll make sure you get the certificate to mail home to her, to give to her. Ridgeland? Okay, is Kenzie here? So very important, Kenzie is being recognized. Thank you so much. Thank you. Does somebody have Kenzie's certificate? I think we have it for you.
Scared me.
That's okay, Kenzie. They're
We're
coming out.
sleeping.
They're coming out. The heat's getting to some of us here.
Sorry,
It's
I
okay.
wasn't paying attention.
That's okay. So Kenzie took action by creating posters and advocating for more recycling. Is that correct? And thanks to her passion and hard work, our school is now proudly consistently recycling. Great job, Kenzie. Your commitment to the environment inspires us all, and it's such an important thing. So congratulations and thank you. Is it on the line? No, you're good. Congratulations. So I don't believe Mrs. Swift is here this evening, but we do have fifth graders that are representing Whiting Elementary School. Is Hannah here? Haley? How about Addie? Addie, are you Addie? Callie, nice. So she actually won the poster contest sponsored by the Sons of the American Revolution. Their entries focused on famous historical figures of the time, and we are so proud of the three of them, and we thank you for being here this evening, and we thank you for representing Whiting School. I think we got another photo here. That's awesome. Congratulations and thank you so much. Next is Regional Day School. No, but I'm going to speak about it anyway. So Emily is recognized for her actions and behavior and how they can impact her environment in positive ways. Emily is always willing to help and support her peers when having a difficult time. She's willing to assist staff members and has begun to volunteer for school jobs. And she is gaining confidence with sharing her many good qualities within the school community. So congratulations to her. And we also, so that's okay. I think we still need to speak to this. And listen, summer is a very hard time for people to come to these meetings. They might be on vacation. Some of our students may also be visiting colleges at this point. But what I want you to understand about this particular recognition It's there, you should get a copy of it, because what I can tell you is that picture is priceless. Could you hold that up? It's actually about the ceremony that Mr. Adams and Jamie Popak, and you guys can pass it around. It's a wonderful photo, but it really is the heart of who we are here in Manchester. So they have this wonderful idea. Thank you, Mr. Lister. Good show and tell. They have this wonderful idea about creating the first ever Pass the Torch ceremony. And in the words of Mr. Staples, it was quite a torching day because it was very, very hot. It was a scorcher. But what I will tell you is that it was wonderful. We actually had the kindergartners there from the class of 2037 who were there, and they actually received a physical, not a shirt, had a torch on it. They wanted to do real torches. We didn't allow that. I don't think the fire department would like that. But what they did was they passed it on to the students. And it was wonderful to see the seniors with the kindergartners. A beautiful tradition, and we are so proud of Jamie's vision of this. She organized it. She truly is excellence by example. And I think the parents that were there just thought it was extraordinary. So thank you to Jamie Popak for really overseeing this with the leadership team of not only the high school, but the elementary as well. So I just want you to know, Brendan, did you look this way, right? Yes, so I know that you're so much taller now. I think you were always taller than me. You were always taller than me. You were always taller than me. But so I learned about what I didn't even have to call Mr. Where's Mr. Lister? I didn't even have to call you about this one because I know what ERA stands for.
I was worried about the kids.
Earned run average, am I right? Okay. And then when he put the K, I'm like, is he really trying to get me with this one? And I believe that's strikeouts, am I right? Okay, so I'm good now. Soccer's my sport, but I'm learning every day, and I have come to some of your games. So Gabby was a captain who led the team in hits, runs, and bases, stolen, and she led us on the mound as well. And just outstanding, Gabby. Congratulations to you. Her natural leadership gives us a chance to be competitive in every game. It's no surprise that Gabby was invited to compete in the Carpenters Cup in Philadelphia, and that is a huge accomplishment, so congratulations to you. And Brendan was also a captain and had a tremendous season on the mound with 86 strikeouts in 53 innings and led the Shore Conference. He had a 1.32 ERA, which I now know, so that's good, right? And closing team hits just .153 against him. In a first-round tournament upset at Cedar Creek, he threw a one-hit strikeout. Is that correct?
One hitter.
One hitter. Strikeout. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Because I also know that, is that the night you called me and said they're moving on or something like that? Yes. So I knew that Mr. Lister was very excited. When I see his number come on my phone, I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, you're never going to believe this. We got to figure this out. We got to work through this. The kids did great. It was awesome. And so congratulations to both you and to Gabby. That's awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you for being here. So I think that's it for this evening in terms of recognition. I want to wish everybody a very safe and happy summer. You're certainly welcome to stay for the remainder of the meeting. If you want to be excused, we understand you're going to your pools or air conditioning, although it feels kind of good in here. I would suggest taking your kiddos maybe for some ice cream. I mean, I think tonight, right? Don't you agree? Tonight might be a good night to ask for that. But all the best to everybody, and thank you for coming out this evening.
Okay, so tonight I'm reporting out our first half. So this is the first half of our school safety report for 24-25. So these are incidents that came up through January. We have to report twice a year. We report period 1 and period 2. Again, this is part of our QSAC monitoring, all those kinds of things that we need to do. And when we look at our SSDS report, we're looking at pretty high-level incidents. It's important to know that we're always in constant communication with the police department. We go over our memorandum of agreement, all of our mandatory reporting incidents. And so some of the things that you'll see on some of the tables are more serious incidents that have not occurred in our buildings, but these are the things that we do need to report. So the categories that we reported are violence, vandalism, substances and weapons, and then HIB confirmed, meaning it was a affirmed HIB, and HIB alleged, meaning investigations. So those are the types of things that you'll see on the report. And this is just period 1. And what I've done is given kind of a 5-year cycle, just to give you an idea of what it's looked like in the buildings. You know, 2021, we're coming out of that hybrid, 21, 22, the restrictions, and then we kind of get back to business, so to speak, in regards to 22 on, you know, from that perspective. But when you look at incidents of violence across, these are all the buildings, you know, this year in the first half we had 8, which is down from the year before. Some of these are isolated incidents. We do meet twice a year with all of our teams in the buildings and look for patterns and those kinds of things. But often a lot of these are more isolated, but that doesn't mean we're not looking for patterns and ways to kind of address some of the things that we're seeing. We had no incidents of vandalism. We had 3 incidents of substance being confirmed. 1 of weapon, and I'll get into that, but it was, you know, a knife brought to school without intent, but it still needs to be followed through. The police are still notified, things like that. We had 7 confirmed HIBs, and we had 28 alleged. So the total number of incidents is 19 because alleged HIBs do not factor into that number. Those are things that are brought to to administration. They're investigated, but it was deemed not a HIB, so therefore it's not considered as part of the total. But when we look at just the violence piece of it, you know, there was 1 assault that was reported at the middle school. Again, there are specific definitions that the administrators use to define some of these incidents, and for lack of a simpler word, an assault is a, you know, one-sided physical altercation is an assault in this case. Where a fight obviously is 2 parties or 3 parties being involved in that. So from the category of fighting, we had 6 last year, we had 6 this year. We had more at the middle school than we did at the high school. Again, you'll see some pretty, you know, severe things in there that don't pertain in some of those other categories. And then we also did have a simple threat at the middle school. When we're talking about vandalism, this year we didn't have anything in the buildings in regards to vandalism. Substance reporting, now this is interesting in the sense that these numbers are trending downward. And while I like to think that certainly kids are recognizing more than others, we have vape sensors throughout the middle school and the high school. Kids are being suspended regularly for it. I'd like to think that that's, you know, having a part of it. It still is a challenge. This does not include the list of kids who were suspected of being under the influence, who might have gone out and the test came back negative. So, you know, it is still a major focus in the buildings. Our student assistance counselors at the middle school and high school are working extremely hard with our kids. We're providing assemblies and different things, but, you know, those are good things to see, and we like to hope that this trend will continue, and we'll continue to work hard on it. But like I said, they are somewhat isolated, and sometimes they do fluctuate year to year. Weapons, it was a middle school student who inadvertently had brought a knife to school, and word got to administration, and that was handled appropriately as well. When you talk about harassment, intimidation, and bullying, what we're looking at is the number of confirmed and alleged in terms of the investigations and the confirmations in the buildings. So you'll see we had a total of 28 alleged cases and 7 confirmed across the buildings. And you know, and sometimes we see patterns in different schools, and obviously here you see Ridgeway had 17 investigations. And really the message to the staff and the administration for me is when somebody brings something forward, we investigate it. And oftentimes, if a parent or a student says somebody's bullying me, that means we follow the process and procedures that are around, our HIP procedures. So, obviously, Ridgeway went through that process 17 times. None of them met the definition of harassment, intimidation, and bullying. But I always like to think that that means that kids are bringing things forward, parents are bringing things forward, and we're addressing them. And that's something that we'll always look to do. And sometimes that means we see numbers that are higher. There were times where other elementary buildings had similar bumps at different points. But that's also one of the things that our school safety team will take a look at. We've already talked about how can we use some of the NJ4S assemblies and programs for next year to address some of these things. We're finding pattern-wise it's probably happening more on the playground. It's happening on the bus. It's happening in that unstructured time. So we're also talking, I know at Ridgeway we talked a little bit about how can we try to provide some more structure to some unstructured time in an effort to try to, meet some of those patterns that we're seeing. But, that's where a lot of this stuff, gets addressed. And like I said, we do so much work with the police department and the MOA and everybody understanding what are those reporting requirements. I just spoke with the police. They're going to do their summer training. They want to do it at the high school this year. They're also going to involve some EMS and maybe fire, just to provide like a more well-rounded training exercise. So they were originally going to do it here at the middle school, and then when they decided to bring in some other groups, they felt like, at the high school is just a better complex and place to hold that kind of a larger scale training. So there'll be 3 Wednesdays. They rotate all the officers through 2 groups a day for 3 Wednesdays in August, July into August. So all that stuff goes on. And then again, as I said, our school safety teams met at the end of the year. We do our self-assessment. You'll hear more about that when we get back in September and do some of those things. Like I said, the NJ4S is that new state-sponsored program that our counselors really feel has provided some good assemblies for the elementary. And then that's also where we're getting some support mental health services in the buildings at the middle school and high school. So, those are some of the things that we're doing. In addition to dozens of little programs in all the buildings, spirit days, and all kinds of things that we're doing to provide these really positive, school environments. So, again, I'll be providing probably later this summer the second half, which will be a similar presentation, but we'll look at the same kind of a cycle. Okay? Thanks.
Thank you. Mr. Lorenzen, do you have a report for us?
I do. Pretty much these are really all on the agenda. We have a pretty hefty agenda tonight. A lot of this is because we are getting things in place for the next school year. So you'll see a lot of resolutions for district professionals, appointments, staff appointments, those types of things. These are all things we're required to do by statute. And since our fiscal year starts July 1st, we do them at our June meeting. We're also going to be requesting to withdraw funds out of our capital reserve. Funds in capital reserve can only be used for capital items. We cannot use this for anything else in our budget. So they have to go towards larger projects in the district. So this summer we're going to be pretty busy. We'll be doing a roof replacement at Ridgeway Elementary. We did the shingle roof last year. They also have a large flat roof section there that has to be replaced. HVAC, our bus garage air conditioning has failed, and especially in the summertime, that garage gets extremely hot, so we have to replace the air conditioning there. And then we have 2 units in our board office that need to be replaced, and those are the items we're looking at out of capital. Out of maintenance reserve, we're looking to replace 2 classrooms with carpet with VCT tile. We are repurposing these classrooms, and the carpet is not conducive to the new purpose, so we'll be replacing the carpet with VCT. There is a lease purchase agreement on the agenda for approval. We are purchasing textbooks and technology with the lease funds. The lease breaks down to about $280,000 worth of textbooks. Some of this is new stuff, new courses. The largest portion of this is related to our math program, and then a lot of this is related to licensing. If you guys have been in education, you know now that you don't necessarily get a physical textbook anymore. A lot of it's online, so it's all kind of lumped into this. But the math piece is the largest portion of that. It's about $200,000 of the entire total, our math program. And then the other piece of it is technology. We have student Chromebooks that we have to replace. They are now out of warranty. They don't get updates anymore, so we have to replace those Chromebooks. We have staff devices that are also in a similar situation that we have to replace. We have to replace some desktops in our main offices because, again, the Windows licensing is expiring, and it's not expiring. It's not going to work with the older devices, so we have to upgrade the devices. And then the other thing is we'll be doing some flat panels in the classrooms. Years and years ago, we started doing these Epson projectors, and now we're transitioning to these flat panels. They're a little more user-friendly. There's way less maintenance on these things, and so we are doing a little bit each year so we can replace all the projectors that we put in the classrooms with the panels. There's a resolution on the agenda to adjust the regional day school budget for 24-25, and we've done this before. So when we put the budget together for regional day school, I typically estimate enrollment on the lower side because I'd rather be in a surplus situation versus a deficit situation. So what happens is as more kids come into the district, come into regional day school, we have to hire more staff, and that requires us to put additional funding into the budget. It's in the revenue. It's already in the revenue side. Now we just got to bring it into the expense side. So that's on the agenda. Lunch pricing for the 25-26 school year is on the agenda for approval. These prices went up 10 cents for lunch per meal, and we went up 5 cents for breakfast at the elementary stayed the same. And again, this is all resulting in just food costs. We experience the same costs that anybody in the public does when we're purchasing food, and that's why we're increasing lunch prices slightly because our food service program cannot run in a deficit. If it runs in a deficit, then we have to support it from our local budget. So we have to make sure that we're budgeting appropriately to support the program, especially now because in every single one of our schools, with the exception of Whiting, we are now over 50% or higher on free reduced lunch subsidies. We're at one of the highest points I think we've ever been at. We typically average between 25 and 28% of our population. Now we're close to 50% of our population on lunch subsidy. And then the last thing, this is something we had to start doing years ago. You'll see it on there. It's called Chapter 47. And what this essentially was throughout the year, the board approves contracts every month. What this resolution does is it puts all the contracts that the board approved in the previous 12 months. And this is not necessarily employment contracts, things like that. It's contracts with vendors and those types of things. It just puts them all in one place. So if anybody wants to pick up the board minutes one day and see what contracts were approved, they can go to the June agenda and see everything that the board approved in the previous 12 months. That's on here. Again, it's not that they're reapproving it, we're just showing you what was approved. And then it also gives you the term of the contracts. It tells you if they were 1 year, if they were multi-year, if it's a multi-year, what year are we in. And that's on the agenda as well. And that's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Lorenzen. At this time, we would like to invite anybody from the audience to comment on agenda items only. Okay, do we have any board member reports?
Lakehurst Elementary School had a graduation last week. It was a very nice graduation, and we have some very bright young students coming here next year. I'm sure they'll do just fine.
Anybody else? Is there any old business or correspondence?
No old business, but we do have one piece of correspondence. We did receive a letter from one of our students, Sullivan Nolan, who is one of the recipients of one of the scholarships that we give out. Wrote a very nice letter. A very smart kid. He's going to be studying nutritional sciences at the University of Florida in the fall. So he just wrote a thank you to the board and to the administration for everything that you guys have done for them, and just thanked us for the scholarship.
Okay, let's move to the agenda, please. A, new business, numbers 1 through 3. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servette? Yes. Ms. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Possum? Yes. Mr. Keller?
Yes, I abstain on number 2.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Ms. Mount?
Yes. Letters B through E. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servette?
Yes.
Ms. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Possum?
Abstain.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Ms. Mount?
Yes. F, numbers 1 through 22. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Discussion? Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servette?
Yes.
Ms. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Possum?
Abstain.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
And Ms. Mount?
Yes. Okay, section 2, administrative, numbers 1 through 6. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? Okay, I'd just like to reiterate what Mr. Lorenzen said. Thank you so much to the Booster Club for all that you do for our students, and I can't wait to see how amazing the new scoreboards look. Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servette?
Yes.
Ms. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Possum?
Yes, we're in F, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Section 2.
Section 2, administrative.
We're not professionals?
No, we passed that already.
Right. Abstain.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mrs. Mount?
Yes. Personnel, it's a big one. Numbers 1 through 69. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion. Second.
Discussion? Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servette?
Yes.
Ms. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Possum?
Abstain.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mrs. Mount?
Yes. So before we continue, this is where I get to embarrass the newest member of our Manchester family. This is Mr. Chris Hoffman. He will be taking over for Mr. Lister. So there he is. If you can go. Good luck, Mr. Hoffman, and I hope you enjoy retirement, but not until after you have trained him properly. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lister, for your years of service to our district. Special services, numbers 1 to 3. Can I get a motion?
Just got student personnel first.
Oh, sorry, I skipped a page.
That's okay.
Sorry, guys. Put my clip on the wrong page. Yes. Okay, student personnel, numbers 1 to 3. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Discussion. Okay, can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servette?
Yes.
Ms. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Possum?
Abstain.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mrs. Mount?
Yes. Okay. Now for special services 1 through 3. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servette?
Yes.
Ms. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Possum?
Abstain.
Mr. Keller?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mrs. Mount?
Yes. Athletics. numbers 1 and 2. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion.
Discussion? Good luck, Mr. Hoffman, as we break you in with our athletic schedule. Okay, can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servanick?
Yes.
Ms. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Paz?
Abstain.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin? Mrs. Mount?
Yes. Section 3, finance, numbers 1 through 5. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Craig, I just want to say thank you for all your explanations on everything, and everything you do to keep our budget going. Okay, can I get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servanick?
Yes.
Ms. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Paz?
No.
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin? Ms. Mount?
Yes. Hey, at this time, is there anybody from the public that would like to come to the microphone for comment? Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn our Board of Ed meeting. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good night. Thank you for coming out.